To those who might have clicked in because of the thumbnail, this was what I was referring to.
So in my head, I was like, oh, that means I can go to Winter Comic-Con, finally. But then I was like, wait, conventions aren't going on. Like, the one time I can go to Winter Comic-Con and Winter Comic-Con's not happening.
Exactly.
It fucking sucks.
The question presented, what is Comic-Con? In simple words, it's a f***ing war zone. Yet, there's much more to the story behind Comic-Con. But before that, Merry Christmas to you all! And you know what we weebs need to kick into gear for the festive sentiment? Ah, that's the stuff. Gokigen YOLO everyone! Pinosuke here, back to bring you another episode on Comic-Con. Today, I will bring you to a brief history on the event itself, as well as the current venue of the convention, and some updates on the Comic-Con scene for now. Yes, the day this video comes out is the 25th of December, 2020. For the past 3 years, unlike others who might be going to Christmas parties or unwrapping their presents before Boxing Day, it would be when I do my last second prepping for the Winter Comic-Con that happens on the last 3 days of the year. And stepping into the new decade of 2020, I find myself doing a YouTube video weeks before instead. Huh, who would have guessed? Back to topic. Ever since Comic-Con was held on the 21st of December 1975 at a meeting room inside a fire department building, it upscaled venues 10 times, until the summer of 1996, where it eventually took place at Tokyo Big Sight, the venue that symbolizes Comic-Con today. As of date, there are a total of 16 exhibition halls on site, 8 in the East Hall, 4 in the West Hall, and 4 in the newly built South Hall from 2019. These halls have historically fit in over thousands of circles, which are artists/organizations of the doujin side. There's also big brand corporate booths such as Animate or even the Post Office of Japan. Comic-Con was traditionally held for 3 days each time, but since 2019, and maybe the foreseeable future, it spans 4 days. These changes were introduced in response to all 8 of the East Halls being reserved for the International Broadcast Center, and also the main press center of the Tokyo Olympics, in order to maintain the number of participating circles while compensating for half the convention space lost. Summer and Winter Comic-Cons of 2019, C96 and C97 were extended to 4 days. In addition, the corporate booth area was moved to the Aomi exhibition halls, separated from the doujin side by a 15-minute walk or a 2-minute train ride. The first thing you see inside each hall will be rows of tables and chairs filled with people, merch, posters, suitcases, and cardboard boxes.
It's just a stupid amount of just tables and desks.
Like the seating in a theater. These rows are signposted by a letter and a number. The letter borrows from the Latin alphabet, Japanese hiragana or katakana. It is common for creators to mark their day of attendance and table position on Twitter in their account name as Comic-Con closes in. Every day there are over 10,000 booths of artists inside the convention, and naturally the popularity and the stock of merch brought varies between circles. This is where booth positioning comes into play. There are 3 main types of booths. The shima, the kabe, and the shatta. Shima, meaning island, takes up the majority of the booth's population. They are the clustered group, which are usually artists who are least expected to attract long queues. Though there are cases where famous circles might too be placed in the shima group, when they are bringing only a small amount of merch and expect a short queue. When further classified, the Shima group includes the Shimanaka, the inner islands, the Shimabata or Tanjobiseki, the island tips/birthday seating, and also the Yokoshima, the island outer side. The latter two are expected to have longer queues and therefore are placed facing towards spacious areas. Next, we have the Kabe, meaning the walls group. It is viewed as a milestone by many circles, as it indicates even longer queues, hence implying a certain degree of popularity and status. For many small and medium-sized circles, being assigned a Kabe spot not only gives them more exposure to potential new fans, but also open the doors to higher recognition. Finally, the Shatta, meaning the shutter gate group. This is the top of the ladder, the tip of the pyramid. Managing queues of these circles is a headache for both participants and organizers, as they are ridiculously long and require many staff members to vigilantly organize. If you're lucky, the shatta circle you aim for might only require a 15 to 20 minute queuing. If not, you gotta suck it up and wait for an hour or more. For example, this queue was from Himura Ryugyo in C97, the circle I mentioned in my previous video. Even crazier queues, such as Circle N Type, Mizoguchi Keiji, illustrator for light novels Sakuraso's Pet Kanojo and Bunny Girl Senpai, in C96 had queues that wrapped around the entire convention building 2 folds. Not to mention, the stock of merch is limited, and queuing up does not guarantee you can end up buying what you want, as it might be sold out before you reach the booth front. Why are these weebs so willing to line up for so long for these merch? About that question, and the queuing in Comiket, I will leave that to my next Comiket video. For the people who have been watching this video for the past 6 minutes and still have no clue what the heck I'm talking about, you can ask your questions down in the comments below. Also, you might be asking, how on earth does one navigate through the convention hall when the venue is one gigantic table clusterfuck? The Comiket catalog is sold in bookstores like Animate, Melon Books, Torano Ana, and Akihabara, and comes with a printed map that you can tear off and use for personal route planning. You can also check out the website circle.ms, as they provide a web catalog service. Though for free users, there will be a time limit for usage. If you are going to Comiket, I highly recommend paying 1 month of subscription fee on the site, as you get to have unlimited access to the web catalog, whilst being able to do color markings and print them out. And no, I am not sponsored by Circle.ms, so please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. As for other news on the Comiket scene, C99's Circle application was open from the 25th November to the 10th December, and C99 will be held from the 2nd to the 5th of May next year during the Japanese Golden Week holidays. A quick note, Comiket dropped some announcements regarding changes made to C99 on the 20th. From originally 4 days, the doujin side will now be cut down to 3 days, and the corporate side will be cut down to only 2 days. Genres such as VTubers and Toho Project will too be shifted from the previous day 4 to the current 3-day plan. Due to social distancing reasons, there will be a need for participants to buy a pass in order to enter the venue during certain time frames, and if demand is high, it is likely that these passes will be allocated via lucky draw like Japanese live concert tickets. There will be more announcements on that in the future, so stay tuned and I will keep you all updated. Also, 4 days ago on the 21st marks the 45th anniversary of Comiket, and there is an anniversary art book on sale starting from the 28th. If you are a fan of beautiful artworks, you definitely need to go check it out. That's it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.